Children's Stadium, everyone, the home of the Fresno State Bulldogs. And for a team whose mantra is anytime, any place, anywhere, it's always good to be home. And these fans have shown out for the clash we have ahead of us. We've got a sensational matchup for you. Fans have been filing in and getting ready for this game, as we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, taking on a team from the Mountain West, the Fresno State Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Fresno State will kick it off, and we will be underway. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. So Nebraska's offense will go to work first. And David, we've got a quarterback today who's been known for making enough plays when his team needs them.
Yeah, and listen, he's a guy that this offense is built around him, but Jesse, he's not the guy that's going to take over. He needs the running game to get going. He needs the passing game. He needs a little bit of balance. Really good football player, but he needs the help of the quality teammates around him.
Yeah, you're right. I think the one thing we've seen with this guy is he's got to get into a rhythm in games early, right? And so whether it's running the football or getting a few completions early to get his confidence going, because once that happens, he's very, very good.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate it through the weather and get it to your target, but just catching the football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those drops, and it's just part of the game.
He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. The one thing that can derail this offense, a bunch of 3-and-outs. They won't do that here, but they might go 4-and-out if they don't convert. Desperately wanted to convert on fourth down, but couldn't do it. So Fresno State's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on. They punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5. All things considered, he's probably lucky to be back to the line of scrimmage. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. He'll pull it on the read. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. He'll do it himself. You know those defenders wanted to light him up. Quarterback wisely gets down with the slide. The offense trying to find a way on 4th and goal from the 2. On the option. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Fresno State!
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29. The Huskers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. To the air, it's Raiola. Pressure coming. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
That's the danger as a defense when you play man coverage, is that if the quarterback decides to scramble, there may not be anybody there to make a tackle right away. You obviously want to take care of everything on the back end, and with these receivers, you got to get them locked down. But if you're the D coordinator here, you got to be more selective with your coverage and mix it up, because man coverage against a scrambling quarterback can hurt you.
Nice job by the defense, seeing the run, pulling the trigger, getting downhill, and stopping the running back for no gain.
Under fire. He throws one to the left. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the second down misfire. Look out, he's got room. There he goes. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32.
And he's just proving it time and time again, man. He has that feel. He obviously has the ability to pick up and put them down and go get first downs. But I think the timing of when to scramble and when not to scramble, he's really got that figured out. And you can tell it's going to be a big part of the game plan.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
Obviously not the start this quarterback was hoping for, guys. He's now 0 for 4 to start the game throwing it. He just can't seem to find a rhythm. He's not finding his receivers. I'm even wondering.
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. And the Huskers send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And the coverage team down there to touch the ball. No return on this play. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They'll go right back to it. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. It'll be 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Warner. Oh, they're after him. Got the back over the middle. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. And the Bulldogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll go to the ground. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. 6-yard pickup on 1st down leaves him with 2nd and 4. Quarterback on the keeper. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The Bulldogs are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. He's looking to throw. Gets it out quickly. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. He'll keep it himself. Running into the open space. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Now they'll run the draw. Oh, he's got some space. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. That's the end of the quarter, guys, and Fresno State is on top. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the 2nd quarter. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Goes to the option. He'll toss it. Spins away from the defender. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down. And how about the timing on that pitch? And the Bulldogs kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Back to throw, it's Warner. Got his man on the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. He sends 2 wideouts right, 2 to the left on 2nd and 9. play fake. They're working that left side. Steps out of bounds just inside the 20. They'll mark it down at the 18. 5 yards away from another third down conversion on this drive. They're already 2 for 2. Snagged out of the air. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13. The Bulldogs, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Touchdown, Fresno State. That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hitting the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. They held the ball for 15 plays on that touchdown drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Paul, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
He fires one deep over the middle. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And if you're going to throw a heater like that as a quarterback, you better be accurate, because tips lead to picks, especially when you're throwing it over the middle of the field. That time trying to find his tight end, but it is not an accurate throw. It goes up in the air, and the defense makes him pay with the pick.
Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. He'll pull it down. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. He'll throw it. The short hands, it's Freeman. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. So now it's 2nd and long. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Gets rid of it. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Got some room to run.
And that's a frustrating play right there. Like, the protection was really, really good. Jesse, quarterback holds on to the football, has time, and then makes a critical mistake over the middle of the field.
And he's just staring his guy down for way too long. There was the defender that had a beat on him from the get-go, and he makes him pay. That's a mistake you don't expect to see that quarterback make.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. It has been a quiet and somewhat forgettable game for this sophomore behind center. There's been next to zero execution in the passing game. They haven't taken care of the football, and they'll try to get something going, and they'll have to mount a rally. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking for a man. It's Raiola. Makes the grab on the left. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Fires toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Cornhuskers will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. Power football with the run. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. And the Bulldogs with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll put it in play from the 41 on 1st down. Looking for a crease. It's Gilliam. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, that play didn't stand a chance. I mean, nobody even blocked that guy, and he's able to get the tackle for loss.
Throws to the tight end. Got his man on the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. To the air on 1st down. Looking to buy time. He's going to take off. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds at the 34. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Looking to fire. Moving out to the right. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Got his man downfield. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And you always want to get the home crowd jacked up and get them excited. Get out to an early lead, and they have 20-0. Defense playing well. Offense playing well. They got a lot to cheer about here at home.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Gives it on the option. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The Huskers want to move quickly. Looking to throw, it's Raiola. He's got the back in the middle. Good, solid pickup on that one, and they've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Working on the right. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This offense has been sluggish to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Unloads it left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. And the Huskers have taken it inside the 20. Gives it on the option. Touchdown, Nebraska! Great job by the back on the option.
We needed that. They needed to punch the ball in the end zone. They needed to cut this to a 2-score game, and they needed some positive momentum. Something going well, something to point to at half to say, guys, we got a chance. That drive, they put it together. Nice job by this offense.
Lining up to add another. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half, we'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Here's the pressure. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a terrific scene there today in Fresno. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Valley Children's Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. The Cornhuskers will kick it away to crank up the second half. Here's the return from inside his 10. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Fires on the move. Oh, he drops the football. He had it right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
The Bulldogs have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Warner. Here's a heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. 4 wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Get it out on the screen. Nice move there. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there, and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. Around midfield, go for it. This isn't 1930 football. Try to get the first down. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down. Fresno State moving it quickly down the field. Looking to throw on first down. They get to him as he throws. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Lets it fly. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. Still on his feet at the takes it the other way. The 10. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
How about a game-changing play for this defense? Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. And the Bulldogs have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Under fire. Throws to the wideout. Tosses it incomplete.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack first down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
Fires on the move. Another incompletion on 3rd down. Fresno State will have to punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He'll signal for a fair catch after that weak punt. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. They'll run play action. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Huskers. Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
Well, one of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. And we're taking shots. We need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And the extra point was good, no incident there, and we are tied up in the 3rd. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and the ball slipped out. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Touchdown, Nebraska. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
You practice these moments as a defense, but you never know when they're going to come to fruition. But how about it? The scoop, the ball's on the turf. They scoop it up. They take it to the house. The defense takes care of business and said, offense, we don't need you. We'll put points on the board.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. Scanning the field, it's Warner. They're down by a touchdown, but hoping to dial up some plays and pull. Unloads it downfield. And he's got it inside the 35.
And that is is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
The feel of this whole drive changed on that last big play. They've got it 1st and 10 outside the 30. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Not much there on the run. He gets 1 to the 31.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking to fire. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Dangerous screen into traffic. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. And called the fake. He's going to throw it. And they're not going to pick up the 1st down on the fake field goal. I know they wanted to be aggressive, throw caution to the wind. They might have been better off playing it safe there. Finds his man. It's key. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Line getting set on 2nd down. He'll pull it on the read. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
You know, this zone replay is something they rep over and over and over in practice. This guy can run it and execute it in his sleep. Good decision there keeping the football.
They'll try to sneak it. Got enough for the 1st, and he's still going.
3rd and 1, everyone knows it's coming, but the quarterback sneak is so hard to stop. They just got to get 1 yard. Nice job by the offensive line.
Well, a really good push by his center on that.
Breaks into the open. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed, look at the elusiveness, get into the end zone. Nice run.
Lining up for the PAT. And they stay on target with the extra point, up 35-21. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Buys a little extra time. Trying to escape and get it himself.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
He's forced out of bounds well behind the line of scrimmage, and the defense will take it as a sack. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Oh, the big fella almost had the interception. Instead, it'll be 4th down.
And quarterback's accuracy goes way down when you start to get him on the move. And you want to make it go way down even further? Pop that sucker. Nice job making him move, scramble out to his left, and then a good clean stick on him. That's two things he has to think about on one play.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's going to run it. Finds enough room to get it up to the 44 before he's knocked out of bounds. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. Chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Give to the running back. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The Bulldogs are flying down the field. Dropping back, it's Warner. Rushes on him, and he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls on the football.
And the Bulldogs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Bring in the heat. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Quarterback extends the play. Finds a man on the left. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
And on offense right now, you're at a juncture here of the game in the fourth quarter, trailing the way you are. You can't punt anymore. Execution has got to be at a premium. And on that fourth down, we're able to hook up, move the sticks, and keep this momentum going.
And I got to be ready mentally and physically. Mentally, I got to know exactly where the sticks are. 4th and 2, can't dilly-dally around. Got to run physical, got to break tackles, got to go through people, whatever I need to do to get that 2 yards. Nice job running the football.
And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. You simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Pocket breaking down. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. On the run, still looking. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board. They got the score they needed, but this isn't over.
No, don't call it a comeback yet. The first part, step 1 accomplished. But this offense obviously still has work to do. But the defense has to go out and get a stop and get him the ball back.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified. Turning it on! Brought down at the 45 after a 15-yard pickup. Starting a drive like that really builds confidence. First down from the 45. To the air, it's Raiola. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. 4 wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. Now the play fake. Catch in the middle, it's Mills. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. The Huskers come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll run the option. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14.
Well, one of the reasons this offense likes the option game with the quarterback is to use his speed and try to attack the perimeter of the field. The defense, though, not having any of it. You saw the contain on the play, forcing him back in the middle of the field, and they're able to corral him for a huge loss.
Toss sweep to the right. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. So this offense with an opportunity to put this game in a hammerlock if they can score and bleed the clock. Touchdown, Husker! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. Here comes the heat. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The Bulldogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Hauls it in. There he goes. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down.
This is a fun spot to be in defensively. Like, it's late in the football game. You know they're passing the football because you're up a couple of scores. You pin your ears back. You try to get to the quarterback. Play smart. Make sure you rally to the football tackle and don't give up the big plays.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Back to throw, it's Warner. Forced out of the pocket. Oh, he's going to be brought down. A huge loss on the play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Bulldogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Converts on 4th down, still going. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46. Fresno State moving it quickly down the field. Looking downfield on 1st down. Pressure coming. He's sacked. Trying to get away, but the defense tracked him down. After the big 1st down sack, it's 2nd down. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. Moving away from pressure. Slings it downfield. Finds a man on the right. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield, it's Warner. He'll try to do it himself.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make...
He'll take a shot. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Find space on the right. And fire the completion there in the red zone and set up at the 13. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. The Bulldogs had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Oh, quarterback off target on that one. In this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Unleashes to the end zone. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. And they're just about out of chances. The defense can stop it one more time as the quarterback takes a knee. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game. David, this was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed.